30 forks!
Older style Shimano Revo shifter, 7-speed, and here is the 3-speed for the front mech. And I'm just going to take this apart. So this shifter is a Shimano SL-RS40 22.2. 7-speed, and as you can see, the indicator does not indicate. Not really necessary for riding, but it's supposed to work that way, so why not get it to work that way? This is the indicator here on the three shift that I already have apart, so that's supposed to move. So let's take it apart and see if we can't fix it up. This Phillips and a can the good old WD-40 is literally the only tools that you need for this little project here. And these screws are actually they're small, but they're long enough. So once you've got the 2 screws out, there's a screw there and there's a screw there. Then the cover cap will come off, and then you're left with this.
Hello!
That's my son. He's doing online school right now downstairs. So there's the opening for the cable end, the cable stop, right? So like I say, you push that through there, right? And it comes out right there and then through the barrel. The goal here is to get this guy moving again. The indicator, see, it's shoddy. It's not moving very well. So we got to get him moving, and that right there is what I wanted to show you. That is the inner cable that actually moves this indicator. So when that cable is out, obviously, like that, see a little bit of the cable sticking out right there. You want to push that back in. So that it's on the, there's a groove in there. That's like a guide for that little wire, and you can see the wire going into the housing here. Like I said, that wire it's very stiff. When I do that, it's really stiff. When I try and get it back to where I can actually replace the cable in it, it's very stiff. It doesn't want to go. So what you do with that is you grab your can of trusty WD and you want to spray it. I like to spray where the cable goes into that mechanism right there, and spray a good load of it, and then spray at the front here so you get underneath, and then I'm going to spray inside the housing. Now that, be generous with it, because you want to get it in every possible area. So the other thing I wanted to show you too is if you wanted to get this off and have access to inside the housing here, what you do is you have to pinch these 4 pieces right here. They actually move, and they keep this on. You see it kind of moving a little bit there. So if you pinch the 4, and then with your other, it's pretty difficult to do. With your other hand, you kind of push up at the same time. You can get this off, and then you have access to that cable inside if you need to replace it. More often than not, unless they're really super old, you won't need to replace it. It just needs to be put back into its proper, that little guide channel. WD-40 is not a lubricant. It's WD, I believe, stands for water displacement. For WD-40, I find is a very good cleaner. It's a very effective cleaner, degreaser even. In fact, when I was spraying this underneath the mech right here, I saw old grease coming out of it. So you don't necessarily need to lube these. If they're clean, they work well. If you want to push a little bit of lube, put a little bit of low-vis chain lube in there. Just in there. In there. Not in the housing, but in there. And that'll keep it lubed up and working well. It's working the way that it should. If you have these shifters and you want to make them work out again, then that is what I suggest you do. However, if you don't care about the indicators, it's good to take it apart, give it a clean, a service, and reassemble it and put it back on the bike so it works as well as it can. And I already noticed a difference in the amount of strength and force it takes to turn this now. Hardly any. So it works good. Just gotta put new cables in it now.